What's up everyone, it's your guy Sony and welcome to another episode of Sonic Frontiers The Final Horizon. So in my last video, Sonic had completed the 4th Master Koko's trial, set by Crane, the ancient that was controlling the Supreme Titan from Uranus Island in the original game. So yeah, in Crane's trial, Sonic had to defeat a ninja, so you know, one of the Guardians from Cronus Island. So yeah, Sonic had to defeat the ninja in Crane's trial, and that was it. After completing the 4 trials, then Sonic's cyber corruption has been fully stabilized, and now all he has to do is go find the one who can convert all that cyber energy into a new power, so that Sonic can defeat the End. Meanwhile, the End has been corrupting everything on the island, even the Koko. And now Amy, Knuckles, and Tails had just noticed doing that. So yeah, now Knuckles is gonna try break the End's hold on the Chaos Emeralds, and Tails is gonna try open the vault so that they can get the rest of the emeralds. And now Amy is gonna try gather all the Koko and take them to the Elder Koko and the Hermit Koko, and then yeah, then we'll try get the rest of the Chaos Emeralds. So yeah, before I keep playing through the main story and collect the rest of the Chaos Emeralds, let's see what other side activities I can do. So yeah, let's go ahead and open the map and we'll see what else I can do. And then if there's any side activities remaining, then I'll go do those in today's video. And then next time I'll keep playing through the main story. Alright, so let's see. So I pretty much completed most of these so far. Oh, here's something. Oh, I forgot about these character interactions. So yeah, I'm pretty sure these will be similar to the side stories from the original game, where you could talk to Amy, Knuckles, Tails, and Sage, depending on which island you were on at the time. Oh, and then you also had to spend some memory tokens to talk to everyone. Yeah, it looks like here, since there's no other collectibles, I'm guessing these character interactions will be free. And yeah, so I can talk to Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Sage, and Eggman while playing as Amy. And yeah, I'm guessing these will change depending on which character I'm playing as. So like if I'm playing as Knuckles, this will change to Sonic, Amy, Tails, Sage, and Eggman. And then for Tails, it will be Sonic, Amy, Knuckles, Sage, and Eggman. And then for Sonic, it's Amy, Knuckles, Tails, Sage, and Eggman. Okay, so for today, I guess I'll be completing all the character interactions as Amy. So I'll go talk to everyone. So I'll start with Sonic, and then Knuckles, then Tails, Sage, and then end it with Eggman. And yeah, then I'll do the same with the other characters when I get to play as them again. So yeah, in today's video, I'll just complete all the character interactions as Amy. And yeah, then in the next video, I'll keep playing through the main story since there's no other side activities while playing as Amy. So yeah, then I'll keep playing through the main story and gather the Koko and take them to the Elder and the Hermit Kokos, and then try search for another Chaos Emerald if I can, and then switch to Knuckles and do the same thing, complete character interactions and then play through the main story, and then same for Tails as well, and Sonic. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with these interactions. So yeah, I'll go talk to Sonic first, and then we'll talk to everyone else later.
Man, what a shockwave. Amy, are you okay?
I'm fine. Oh, but we need to protect the Koko. I have to make sure they're safe, and they might know something we don't.
If anyone can learn something from them, it'll be you. I'm counting on you, Amy.
Okay, so Sonic also felt those shockwaves that were caused by the End just a few minutes ago, just after he completed the last trial. Right, so that was the first interaction. Let's see if there are any more with Sonic. Right, where are you, Sonic? Okay, so he's not over here. Oh, there he is. He's just back here where the ring gate was. Not surprised he would be here. And I'm pretty sure that's the same spot where Sonic started. Right. Yep, this is the same spot where the ring portal was and where Sonic started in the final horizon. Alright, let's check out this interaction.
Thanks for the help, Amy. I would have been in real trouble without you.
Don't worry about it. I told you I'm not just gonna sit around and wait.
Glad to know you have my back. I'm counting on you to find those emeralds.
And I think that was the last interaction with Sonic. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the map and see if there's any more. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any more interactions with Sonic. That was the last one. Okay, so now I think I'll go ahead and talk to Knuckles this time. Alright, so let's head over here now and we'll talk to Knuckles.
Will the cocoa really be useful to us?
I don't know for sure, but I hope they will.
I've only seen them get scared and run away.
I've seen how strongly they feel for others, even though they look differently now.
Well, it's worth a shot. I don't think the enemy will expect the cocoa to do anything.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, most of the Cocoa I saw on Arrest Island were warriors, and they've lived through actual wars. But yeah, I guess the end probably doesn't know that, and wouldn't expect them to do much.
Hurry up, or I'll find the emeralds before you.
Wait, Knuckles. Do you have any tips on finding emeralds?
Tips? Just dig everywhere until you find them. That's all there is to it.
I have a hammer, not a shovel. That wasn't very helpful. Looks like I'll need to find them my own way.
Yeah, I guess that advice would only work for someone like Knuckles, since he's the one who can dig through the ground with his gloves. No one else. But yeah, I guess Amy can find them her own way. Like, maybe she can search for the emeralds that are just lying on the ground, and then Knuckles can search for the ones underground, and Tails can fly on his plane and search for the ones in the air. Right. So it looks like that's all of the interactions with Knuckles. And now there's just Tails, Sage, and Eggman. Right, so let's go and talk to Tails next.
What are you doing here? You sure do some fast searching.
Well, I think it's important to stay focused on your goal, but it's not always easy. This island is so huge. I'm sure there are a lot of places I'll never be able to reach.
Yeah, I'll keep a lookout for the emeralds from the sky.
Hey, that's similar to what I said. Tails can just look for the emeralds that are in the sky. Then Amy can try search for the ones that are on the ground, and Knuckles can search for the ones that are underground and just dig. Right, and now it looks like Tails is also on this island over here. So let's go there next.
The Cocoa don't seem to be feeling so good. They're in much worse shape than us. Maybe it's because they're so much smaller. How are you feeling, Tails?
The shockwave took a lot out of me, but I'm fine now. That disturbance from the sky is only getting more intense. Maybe our time limit is almost up.
Got it. Let's get back to finding the emeralds once we make sure the Cocoa are safe.
Whoa, that shockwave must have been intense. I mean, Sonic felt it, and so did everyone else on the island. And it must have been a lot worse for Amy, Knuckles, Tails, and the Cocoa. I mean, from these interactions, it sounds a lot like that. Okay, so anyway, looks like that was the last interaction with Tails, and now there's just Sage and Eggman. Alright, so I think I'll go ahead and talk to Sage, and then talk to Eggman later. Okay, so it looks like there's 5 interactions with Sage, and also 5 interactions with Eggman. Okay, so, yeah, let's go talk to Sage this time. So we'll start by looking for her on the island I'm currently at.
I saw a tower like this on Kronos Island. What did the ancients use it for?
This was an observation tower. Its main function was to send out radio signals to detect the enemy hunting them down from space. Once the enemy's presence was detected, the defense systems on the Starfall Islands were automatically triggered. Do you recall the tower on Rhea Island? This is similar. The tower here on Oranos Island has already been activated. The great threat that destroyed the ancients is near.
So these towers with the green walls were all observation towers to detect the end from space and to prepare for a counterattack. Well, that explains why I saw lots of these on every island in the game. I mean, I think I saw at least 2 or 3 of these kinds of towers on every island so far. And according to Sage, it looks like the ones on Uranus Island, or just this one, has already been activated because the end is close by. And then these towers with the pink walls and the propellers and the ones that are really tall, there were 6 of those on Rhea Island that were meant to keep the end locked up in cyberspace. And the ones that are here on Uranus Island are just where the Master Coco's trials are. Okay, well that was pretty interesting. And now on to the next interaction. Right, now let's go here. Hey, I think that's the same spot where Sonic was.
What's this stone tower? I think I've seen it on Kronos Island too. Could it be an important clue left by the Coco?
No, it's nothing more than a traditional structure left by the ancients. They competed to see who could stack stones higher without them falling over. The winner was determined not just by the height, but the difficulty and aesthetic beauty of their stack. It was so popular that they even had annual competitions. There was a plethora of data in cyberspace about the rules and results of these competitions. It may be insignificant to us now, but it was important to the ancients.
Why were they so important to them? I may have knocked some over while looking for the emeralds.
There's no need to concern yourself about that. According to the records, the ancients were delighted when the towers were knocked over, because they could stack them back up again.
Well, that sounds pretty fun. So the ancients used to build towers by stacking rocks, and it was so popular that they even made a game out of it and had competitions to see who could build the tallest tower and the coolest one. That sounds like a lot of fun. Alright, let's take a look at these towers and try to find the tallest one to determine the winner. Because this is so cool. Okay, let's see here. So this one is pretty short. So there's 3 short ones over here. Oh, there's also some pretty tall ones. Let's try to find the tallest one from this bunch. Man, just by looking at some of these towers looked like they were impossible to stack. I wonder how some of these hadn't fell over yet from the wind and the rain and other factors, but they only fell when someone knocked them over. Oh, this one's really tall. Alright, I think I found the winner from this group. So the ancients who built this tower was probably the winner at this competition. Nice. Alright, let's go and look for Sage again. Let's see. Where is she now? Okay, let's look for her at the temple.
I saw a mark on the pyramid wall. It was the same mark I saw in the sky when I said goodbye to the Coco. What could it mean?
There are no definite records in the cyberspace archives, but it appears the ancients worshipped it as the symbol of a god.
They believed in a god even with all of this amazing technology? I didn't expect that.
Faith is an excellent way to shape a group's sense of kinship. However, the markings in the sky are a clear and observable phenomenon, and cannot be the manifestation of a miracle. Perhaps the god of the ancients depicted by the wall markings still exists out there today.
It would be cool to see it make an appearance in a future Sonic game someday, if it does still exist in the Sonic universe. Alright, now let's go over here.
We have to work together, so get used to me being here.
Amy Rose, the one who admires Sonic.
Oh, and are you a fellow admirer?
Now is not the time for this. Your focus should be on the emeralds, not Sonic.
She was just asking a question. But yeah, we should probably focus on finding the Chaos Emeralds right now, after I complete the rest of these character interactions. Right, now where's Sage? Okay, now let's go over here. Then after this we'll go talk to Eggman.
Why the Coco? Actually, that element may change the results of my calculations.
Calculations? You mean the Coco may be able to help us?
The Coco contain personal information of the ancients, and their souls. If they hold data that hasn't been uploaded to cyberspace yet, maybe...
Maybe that could be the key. Wow!
So gathering the Coco can actually help us beat the end. Nice. Then I'll keep rescuing these little guys as soon as I see more of them. Alright. Now I think that was the last interaction with Sage. Let's take a look. Okay. Yep, that was the last interaction with Sage, and now I just need to talk to Eggman. And there's 5 interactions with him. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with this one over here.
What do you want? If you're looking for Sonic, he's not here.
You better not be up to no good just because Sonic's busy.
I, the greatest scientific genius, up to no good. Don't mistake me for some small-time thug who commits crimes on a mere whim.
Oh, what should I mistake you for then?
That sounds a bit odd. Well, hopefully Eggman isn't planning to double-cross us just before we fight the end.
That shockwave created a massive amount of electrical noise. It's meaningless data that's been compressed and deconstructed, but it will be especially effective against those without a corporeal form. Oh, interesting.
Why do you sound so excited? What are you planning?
No, as a scientific genius, analyzing what I see and then explaining it come as naturally as breathing.
Whatever you say. At least keep cooperating until we take down the enemy.
Yeah, hopefully he keeps working with us at least until we defeat the end. And I hope he isn't planning to use that shockwave against us.
While I was exploring Kronos Island with Sonic, I noticed lights would appear on the ground or on the trunks of the trees at night. What was up with that?
You must be talking about the phantom lights. Cyberspace is always filled with a vast amount of data, but sometimes it overflows through the portals. That data is the faint thoughts of the ancients, appearing in the real world as light.
So they're thoughts without shape, like the Coco. Why do they only appear at night?
They're usually in hiding for fear of the being that destroyed them. And when the moon rises, they feel safe enough to come out. The poor little things. They've already lost their bodies, yet they're still afraid of being destroyed.
So the ancients' thoughts come from cyberspace and from the portals, and they appear in the real world as the phantom lights, and they only feel safe enough to come out at night because they're afraid of the end coming out to destroy them. Well, that explains why there were quite a few challenges that could only be done at night, and why those kinds of challenges usually involved lights, and I had to use Psyloop around them to complete the challenges. And I guess the same also applies to the Starfall nights that have all those lights that I could collect to get more fishing coins in the original game, and now in here it's more cocoa or red seeds or blue seeds. This is quite interesting. Right, and now I guess there's just 2 more interactions left with Eggman, and then I'm done. Then I'll be done with all the character interactions. Alright, let's check out the map and go look for the next one. Okay, let's see, where are you now? Oh, here he is.
I've noticed that there's no sign of any animals on this island. I would expect some to be around in a place so full of nature. This isn't your doing, is it?
Don't blame me for that. According to the records in cyberspace, all of the native creatures were transported to another island during the battle that led to the extinction of the ancients. With no one to return the creatures, the island's ecosystem suffered major disruption. Only a few small insects survived. The ancients must have been fully committed to the battle to pull off such a large-scale transportation plan.
I was wondering why there weren't any animals on the Starfall Islands, because I mean, yeah, what Amy said. I also expected these islands to be full of animals in a place so full of nature, but yeah, now I know why. The ancients were committed to the battle against the end, and they probably didn't want any animals to get hurt or killed, so then they teleported them to another island. And since the ancients were all wiped out, no one was able to return them here. So now they were stranded on that other island. Well, I'm glad all those animals are okay, and that none of them were killed by the end on these islands. Right, and now I'm guessing there's only one more interaction with Eggman left. And yeah, I completed all the interactions on the main island, so now let's go to the other island on the eastern side of the map. Alright, let's check it out and see where it is. Okay. And the last interaction is over here.
What was that upside-down pyramid thing on Kronos Island?
According to the information I've gathered in cyberspace, it's a terminal created by the ancients to get in and out of their spaceships. When they first arrived on this planet, they used their spaceship as a base of operations. They needed time to investigate whether the islands were habitable. They built a terminal to travel back and forth between the island and their ships. There were terminals built on other islands, but they were different in design. They've ceased to function. All that remains of the terminals is the wreckage of the elevators that were used for boarding. If you're curious, go and find the remains. But only if you're able to sort out the situation here first, that is.
Wait, is he talking about the same pyramid that was floating above Kronos Island? Yeah, I'm thinking of the floating pyramid that was on Kronos Island where the white Chaos Emerald was. Yeah, if he is talking about that same pyramid, that's pretty cool. So they used it to travel between the island and their spaceships, and they also used it to keep the White Chaos Emerald on Kronos Island. Interesting. Right, and now I'm pretty sure that was the last interaction with Eggman. So yeah, now I've completed all the character interactions as Amy. I talked to Sonic, and Knuckles, Tails, Sage, and now Eggman. And now I've completed all of Amy's side activities. And now all I have to do is keep playing through the main story and gather the Coco and take them to the Elder Coco. And then maybe take them to the Hermit Coco as well, and then try search for another Chaos Emerald. Right, and now let's return to the main island. So we'll go back to where we started at the start of the video. Right, and now we're back where we started. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.